21th week of the hard work. Yeah, I've got some glasses now because it's quite late. However, I've got a lot of things to talk about. Like, a lot. I've got a lot on my mind. And since, it's quite late for me, I have to sleep now, I won't be speaking too much for too long. So, here's the thing. I've realized the reason why I was slacking off and wasn't so serious on my business and on many other things in my life in general. Turns out, which is like quite interesting, I kind of knew it, but it still was quite surprising for me. That was the case. Turns out it is simply bad, inconsistent sleep. That's simple. Turns out when you sleep poorly, even if, let's say, you slept for 8, 9, 10 hours, you slept for the right amount, but haven't been sleeping at the right time, that would still count as a bad sleep, a low quality sleep, if we say it otherwise. And basically, what it does is simply your body don't recover well. Your cortisol, which is stress hormone, is all the way up here. With a good sleep, interestingly, it should go down. However, when you sleep poorly, it is up there. And interestingly, when it is up there, you are more likely to do the bad habits instead of the good ones. So you're more likely to eat some junk food because when your cortisol is high, you're thinking more in like emotional way rather than logical, which by the way for a man is a really really bad attribute. I wouldn't suggest any man to behave based on their emotions. That's definitely a self suicide. Definitely not worth it. Okay, off topic. So cortisol makes you crave the bad stuff, the bad habits, whatever that is. Playing games, watching movies, and basically spending some time. I mean, wasting time is probably a better word here. Wasting your time on something else meaningless rather than on something meaningful. So the thing is, now that I've realized it, like I fixed my sleep instantly within just 1 day. And interestingly, what also happened is that I've never felt I mean, of course, felt good before. I've never felt for a while so good. I was so full of energy, full of motivation, and basically a discipline to do the hard work. Whilst before, it's kind of hard to explain, but it was feeling like insane. It would be like insanely hard for me to do the hard work. Like I logically, consciously knew that I was meant to do this thing. However, for some reason, my brain wouldn't just sit down and do that because it felt hard for me. It felt insanely hard because when you have high cortisol, you are more likely to do something bad instead of good. And when you want to do something good, it adds an extra layer of friction. You know, which is friction, right? It adds an extra layer of friction, which makes it harder to do the good thing and easier to do the bad one. Just keep that in mind. That is something which is tremendously gonna change your perception of a thing, a basic thing, which is just to sleep. Everyone sleeps every single day. However, who would have knew that it plays such a big role in our lives, day to day life? Now, when it comes to bodybuilding specifically, you do the training, you do like the three things which improves your body overall. Three things. Number one is destroying your muscles with the hard work, with the training, the gym stuff. With food, you give yourself a good amount of supplies, a bricks to build up your house, so-called house. And sleep is basically you awakening the workers that do the thing. And so what do I mean by this? Even if you correctly destroyed the old house, your old body, you have the most like high quality bricks, the wallpapers. I don't know, that's the first thing that came to my mind. Whatever thing, the iron, metal that allows you to build your new house, which like more stable, more tough, if you know what I mean. If your workers are shit, the house will be shit. We can play it like tag along every single day. We can say if your workers are fine, but your the quality of your supplies are shit, still gonna be shit. If you got both quality of the supplies or good workers, but you haven't properly broken down the old part of your house, it's still gonna be shit. So honestly speaking, you need all three to make a good body. When I came to such a realization, like I understood that I've nailed down the first two, which was good training and good food. However, the sleep, the recovery wasn't present. So because of that, I wasn't getting full amount of energy. Like I've noticed that the weights that would used to feel easy to me would would be feel like was really hard for me for some reason. Turns out I was just not sleeping well, and it, it made my energy way worse. It's quite fun. All right, so yeah, now that I've fixed my sleep, I am somewhat like getting slowly back on a track, getting back the momentum that I have lost for 1 month. Yeah, just honestly, I kind of feel bad about it. Seriously, like this month wasn't meant to be wasted. It was meant to be spent productively. However, like every single day, I was spending it like an idiot. Now I feel kind of bad. And to be honest, I deserve to feel bad about it. I genuinely deserve it. But the other thing I understand is that I've learned a lot of things from it as well. So it is a kind of bad situation, but at the same time, it's a good thing. Because now in the future, when I'm gonna move from one country to another, I'll be more prepared. Sure, I will still waste some time. However, I'll do it less. Because I'll be, once again, prepared. Because I know the shit. Now, this thing happened for the first time in my life. I mean, moving to countries, being like having full autonomy over your life. This is something new for me still. Like, I'm not used to this kind of stuff. And I've learned a good lesson. And I'm grateful that it only took 1 month for me to learn it. People take ages, years to learn this thing. However, thanks to me having good self reflection, like I can reflect, I can understand what's wrong with me. It led me eventually to understand what was wrong initially. All right, that was the one thing, which is sleep. The other thing is, what I interestingly, like today, I just went on a YouTube. Like it's gonna be quite short. I went on a YouTube and I wanted to find a specific video to see to look right. But then I saw one short. like a thumbnail of a short, then of another short, then of another. And it took my attention within a split second. And I even forgot the reason why I opened the YouTube in the first place. And then I realized, like, holy shit, this app is literally like it was created to take your attention. And there are some unprepared individuals out there that waste their like hours per day because they like are not prepared to this kind of stuff. They don't know that these apps are literally designed to make you addicted to it. They like what was the word? Um, they make your same pathways that is responsible for taking the drugs and stuff. They make the same pathways like pop up, the work, you know, the electricity. What was the word? Neurons, right? Neuroplasticity. They literally, it is so fucking disgusting and horrible. I'll be honest. And so I'm very glad that I'm prepared and quite disciplined. So like after watching one or two shorts, I immediately left the platform because I knew if I had continued, I would get stuck. So seriously, if you're watching this video and you're scrolling on like whether it's Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, whatever that is, please, with all due respect, you should quit this thing. It is not worth your time and attention. Nowadays, attention is like a currency, and you should not be willing to give money to others for free. Hope this video taught you something new. Like every week, I'm learning something new every single week, and I can't wait to see what's gonna happen in the week 100th or maybe 1000th if that's gonna happen. But I don't even know seriously. That I can agree that week 100 can absolutely happen, but I'm not sure about the 1000th one because we're still mortals at the end of the day, right? Something was gonna happen. Maybe even tomorrow. Maybe tonight. Like I might sleep and not wake up. It's gonna happen. Like not like it's gonna happen. Like I mean, it might happen. You don't know. You never know. But interestingly, we as humans still have a will to live. And this, I believe, is the most beautiful part of the, not the humanity, but the human life. That's it. Alright, my friend. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. And remember, belief plus action equals correction.